My name is Theuri. I work as Assistant County Commissioner in the Ministry of Interior in coordination of government functions. And at the moment, I'm in charge of Embu Huduma Center, so I'm the Center Manager. How I ended up getting to work with the Ministry of Interior was way back in 2015. And I saw an advert. They needed like 789 assistant county commissioners. So there was a shortage of, people in that field. So I just tried my luck. I applied. I was shortlisted. I went for the interview. I was shortlisted. And then I was successful. So 2 weeks after the interview, I was really surprised because I never thought I would get into this service simply because it's a job that requires you to be so much in the field, and given that I have a disability and I use crutches for as walking aid, I thought that I wouldn't be able to fit in this service. But now, according to the Ministry of Interior, they said it doesn't matter whether you have a disability or not, everyone is equal to the task because all you need is just your brains. We're just here to coordinate national government functions. Yeah, and so far so good. 6 years later, I enjoy working with the Ministry of Interior and I love my job. When I got into this service, my first posting was actually in Keno. That's where I was posted. But because of personal concerns, I had to air my concerns to the regional office in Theuri, where I had to go pick my appointment letter, and I told them that I felt the need to work closer to home because, for one, I had never lived alone. I hadn't moved out of home. After campus, I went back home, so I needed to be in an office that is closer to home so that I could be going back home. So they understood my situation, and that's how I was posted in Limuru. So my first posting, I worked at the DCC's office in Limuru. Then 3 years later, I felt the need to move because I needed a bigger and better challenge outside, the confines of my, home area. So after that, I was moved to Embu County. So once you get into this service, you're taken for an induction course for 1 month. And then after that, there are also a set of exams that you need to do, administrative officers exams. So you study privately. You have to do 8 papers now. Then after that, you still go for paramilitary course training, which is what the police service do. So equally, assistant county commissioners have to go through that training, which is a 3 months training. When I was posted here 2 years ago, of course, I know some of them probably have never dealt with someone who has special needs. So at times you could talk to someone, one of your colleagues, and you're like, this person is looking at you like he doesn't know how to respond, But I was from where I come from, from my end, I could understand. I didn't really blame them for the attitude because probably they've never dealt with someone like me. But with time, they got to see that, this lady here is really capable of doing her job. So with time, I guess everything needs time. After some time, we all clicked, and you could see they were, a bit easy and relaxed when we communicate. So far so good.
The first time when she entered, I didn't know whether she would be our next center manager. What was in my mind is I thought she's too young, she's a kid.
Sijawahi work na a person with disability before, so for the first time when I saw her, I was a bit reluctant, but with time I came to realize kwanza she's very independent. She does not rely on anyone. Kabisa. Kazi yake anaifanya vizuri, she's always around kuangalia venye kazi inaendelea.
Madam Jean is very much up to the task. She's very confident and sure of herself. She is sure of her work. Yeah, and she has no worries.
And she's just amazing.
Huduma Kenya, of course, tries to make sure that any customer walking into our center, regardless of, how you are, you're accommodated here. So that's why I was saying we have, wheelchairs, on standby, because if someone who has a disability needs to be, carried around, or if someone, falls sick or something like that happens, we are able to facilitate helping that customer. Yeah, and in terms of accessibility, if you look around the Huduma centers we have, they all have ramps. The washroom areas and everywhere else, the places are very accommodative to persons with disability. So I think they're actually on the forefront of making sure that we are accommodated. And having someone like me, because I'm the only center manager in all the 52 Huduma centers in Kenya that has a disability. So I guess in one way or the other, it's a learning process, and with time I'm really positive and certain that something related to persons with disability will come into play. Some of the challenges we go through, of course, is basically because we are here to deal with the public. What we normally do is just to serve the public, especially here at Huduma Center. You basically have to serve clients every other day. So at times you get problematic customers who don't really understand how things work. But because you're here, you're supposed to listen to every customer and relate to, empathize, because at the end of the day, the customer is always right. For persons with disability who are out there, they shy away from applying for jobs, probably because they know at the end of the day, when you walk into that interview, people will look at you and probably judge you on face value. Do not let that kill your psyche. At the end of the day, all you need is just confidence. If you believe in yourself, if you don't have that if you have low self-esteem, trust me, you won't go far. So it's all about learning to be comfortable in your own skin, how you are. People are actually going to appreciate the confidence that you have. The confidence that you exude to people, the attitude that you show to people out there. That's the same kind of treatment they will give you. So as long as you believe in yourself, walk into that interview room if you're shortlisted for an interview and show them what you have. You never know. Because not every other employer is looking down upon persons with disability. I know it might be really hard for them to know how to deal with us. I don't blame them, but all they need to give us is a chance. If you're given a task and you're able to perform it, you might take a long time to perform it, but at the end of the day, you're going to perform it just like any other person. So persons with disability out there, don't shy away. We all go through school, and it's really a lot of work that we put into it. So it's high time that you just learn how to go out there, get every other opportunity, try as much as you can. Because if you sit down and wallow in your self-pity, you cannot go anywhere. So it's just about believing in yourself. Walk out there, look out for opportunities like any other person. You never know, your day will come. There's someone who will look at you and will believe in you. I'm really grateful for being in this position, in this service. Working with the Ministry of Interior has just been one of my most amazing, fulfilling jobs ever. Like, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, because I know how it is. Because we deal with the publics. We know how coordinating government projects and all that. So I simply want to say to my ultimate boss, who is the President of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. President Uhuru Kenyatta, I want to thank you so much for availing this opportunity, for ensuring that at least 5% is being implemented. Even if it's not 5%, there's some percentage that is being implemented to ensure that persons with disability are out there working as any other person to contribute, to the growth of, the economy, the country at large. So we actually, when you get an opportunity, you're able to exemplify, yourself. You're actually able to show people out there that you can actually perform. You're equal to the task, just like any other person. So the government has really been, blessing to me, and I really thank them. And who knows, probably one of these fine days you'll see me as a, PS, because I know you only have one PS who has a disability, who is Madam Josephta Mkobe, who I know personally. She's a friend. So I'm really looking forward to making the second PS of the Republic of Kenya, because we are equal to the task. Yes.